Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jordan from Just Tesla, and today we're going to be testing the car out. I'm going to be driving 160 to 170 miles up to York and on one charge. I want to go there and back, and it's going to be interesting. This is the first long journey I've done without charging the vehicle. We're starting with around 220 miles. And I don't know what's going to happen. It might make it, it might not. There is a supercharger on the way. If we do get to a really serious critical battery, we can always return to the supercharger, I think. We don't have the aero wheels on. That is going to affect the range. It's a very hilly motorway, and it's also a very windy day. So I'm heading down with Jude. So, I'm taking it quite seriously. So I'm with Jude. Say hello, Jude. And so Jude's my companion. So I've got the car in chill mode. I'm going to take it nice and easy to save as much energy as possible. And then also got the screen brightness turned down. We're not going to try and use the aircon or very little aircon to save on battery. And we're not going to do any other things as well that use the battery very much. We've got Moana soundtrack playing, and I'm trying to be as subtle as I can and try and get regenerative braking as well. I've used a mile so far and I've not travelled a mile, so that is not good. Yeah, let's see how this goes. So we're now on the M1 north, and we're behind a truck doing around 50 miles per hour with the autopilot on, and I'm getting an instant range of around 180 miles and an average range of 166 over the last 5 miles. So 100, but stuck behind this truck, I can see it's going to level around 180 miles. Now, if I was desperate to make it there without using the supercharger, and it was like I needed to do it, I'd probably do this. I'd probably get that close to 170, 180 miles quite comfortably. But this isn't a real world situation. I'm not going to sit behind a truck at 50 miles per hour. Really, we should be doing 70. So I'm going to do 70 and see what difference that makes in the range. But right now, on an instant, we're bobbing between 170 and 200 miles of range, 213. So, you know, around, I would say probably on average around 190 miles instant range. It's going up 226, but we're on a slight decline now. So let's get up to 70 and see what that does. Okay, so we're doing 70 now, and initially, it didn't look great. We went down to about 60 miles of instant range. We're now coming back down to 150, but we are going downhill now. See the lorry? Yeah. So we're going really downhill. We're getting about 220, so 190. I need to get to some flat to really see it. Now we're going back up a hill. Let's see sort of how that affects the range. It's a really hilly motorway at this point. Big truck, wasn't it? 100 on the dot, 97, 96. Okay, I mean, at this rate, we are not going to make it. So 70 miles per hour, the range you get at 70 miles per hour is hard to say. I'm going to do an average over the next 5 miles and see what it predicts whilst we're doing 70. So I'll let you know. We've done 2 miles so far and it doesn't look good at all. We've clocked in around 3 miles now, so I'll let you know at the end of this 5 mile stretch. So the last 5 miles have given us an average range of 180 miles, but it's changing very quickly because this portion of the motorway is really down, really up, really down, really up. So until we get a really nice flat bit, I don't think I can give you a great indicator of the motorway miles. Not all motorways are hilly like this, but as it stands, it looks like we're getting around, well, we're down to 160 now, so that's not good. I'll do another update So these next 5 miles I want to do on a really flat bit of motorway, just to give you a better indicator of what you would get on average. So yeah, this is the next 5 miles. Let's go. Okay, so we've done a nice flat portion of the road, and if it was always like that, they say on here projected range was 190 to 200 miles. Now, motorways in the UK aren't always like that, so you're not always going to get that range. But it's projecting 200 miles. It says I've got 200 miles left on the thing, so I trust that it would do that. Dude, you going to sleep? But now we're heading back up a hill and the range is dropping again, 160 miles. When you come down the hill, your range goes up, which is why we get an average. Trip update. It says we will arrive with 60% and we will come back from the round trip with 16%. So that's now gone up by 6%. So here is a 15-mile average range on a very hilly motorway. Your average motorway in the UK. Okay, so after 15 miles of up and hill driving and a bit of flats and stuff on the motorway, we've got a projected range of 172 miles, and that is with an 80% battery charge left. So not bad. It's what you'd want to see from the car with Tesla's figures that they suggest. Now bear in mind, I still don't have the aero wheels on, which is obviously going to affect the range a little bit. It's a bit of a windy day, which again is going to affect the range a little bit, and we're up and hill driving, so it's going to affect the range a little bit. So this is real world driving. So 177 miles projected at 79% battery charge now. We are averaging 233 watt hours a mile. I think that's how you say it. Please forgive me if I've said that wrong. So 237 watt at 240 watt hours a mile. Is that how you say it? I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. We're going up a hill, that's why it kept changing. Around 230 to 240 watt hours per mile, and that should give you a range of ding on the screen. So we've done the main portion of the motorway driving now. We've got 143 miles left. Sorry, 142 miles of range left, supposed range left. We're 9 miles away from our destination. So at the end of the destination should leave us with around 130 miles to do the trip back, which is more than enough if we get close to that. Energy wise, we've used an average of 245 watt hours a mile. Sorry, Jude loves seeing the navigation system and the lady talking. There you go. So what percentage of battery have we got left? I can't even check. Jude's going to get upset. Let's have a look. 61% of battery left, and we're almost there. So, you know, it's not... We're risking it a little bit. So will we make it back? First of all, me and Jude are also going to go for lunch whilst we're here. We're going to find somewhere to go to lunch, which isn't easy with this whole lockdown. We'll probably just get a takeaway or McDonald's or something maybe. Great parenting. Or maybe go to the shops. But yeah. So we have 27 miles left in the journey. The battery is saying 64 miles, but if we go into energy, it's the average range over the last 30 miles is projecting 47 miles. So we've got some numbers that are a little bit different there. So I'm hoping everything going well, we shouldn't really have a problem. I'm surprised, 160 mile round trip, probably a little bit further than that so far. Well, going into 160 mile round trip, starting with a 200-ish mile range. Not bad. so far for the lowest end Model 3 they do. 250 miles. Is it enough? I think in the UK it probably is. So, this has got a little bit sketchy now. So we're actually on the M1 and there's traffic. So all the lanes have been squeezed into one and we've been sat here for a long time now. Now luckily, like, not like other cars, we don't have to worry about idling, but the queue's massive. And I've just managed to switch on autopilot. Now I can't see why it's happened. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But yeah, we're in creep traffic. We have 20 miles left of the journey. We have a predicted range of 45 miles, but I mean, we could be here for ages. So we'll see what happens. I'm getting nervous because we're on. Well, I'm not nervous, not yet. We've got predicted 45 miles. I just don't know what's going to happen now. Is the watt hours going to go up loads, or is it just going to hover around nice and low because we're just creeping forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards? I don't know. So let's find out. One thing to note that's been enjoyable is autopilot. I don't have to concentrate that much about this creeping forwards, stopping, creeping forwards, stopping, creeping forwards, stopping. Now I think it's probably using a little bit more range than I would like because it's like jolting forwards and stuff, but it's not bad. This is where it's really a good situation. Like, I don't have to concentrate, do we, Jude? We just can chill out and the car's doing most of the driving for us. We're only doing 5 or 6 miles an hour. So there we go, guys. The car had no issues. In fact, I'm actually surprised and shocked that we did motorway driving, and it looks like we would actually hit the stated range no problem. Now, I did have it in chill mode and we didn't have the aero wheels on, but I think the only factor that made a difference today was that we were doing a lot of hilly motorways and we didn't have the aero wheels on. If we had those on, I think we would have got the extra 10 miles we needed to get this stated range on the car. Apart from that, the mass adds up and it looks like we would actually make the range. So can the car do the 220 miles or 230 miles? Yes, it can. It can actually get those miles, those ranges. Would I take it there? Probably not. The biggest trip I'll probably do, a 200-mile round trip. Today we did around 170, I think, 180, something like that. And yeah, from the Midlands to York and back, not bad at all in a standard range plus.
So there you go, guys. We made it back. One charge to York and back, around 170, 180 miles. Really good efficiency. And I am absolutely stoked on this. So in conclusion, the car will do what it states its range is. Now, you have to make sure that you're not accelerating all the time. So I was just kind of casual with my driving style. And I know I could have got the extra miles out of there. And so today we could have done around 200 to 220 miles on a single charge. Now, I don't recommend that, but it can do it. I would probably stay around the 180 to 190 mile range before going for another charge. At a max push. If I was trying to be ideal, probably go 150 mile stints. We have got some big journeys coming up and I'll probably do it in 150 mile chunks. We might be traveling over 1,000 miles. Well, it'll be a 2,000 mile round trip soon. So that'll be interesting in the standard range plus. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested in buying a Tesla, please use the link in the description. It gets you 1,000 free supercharging miles. It gets me 1,000 free supercharging miles and it supports the channel and I do appreciate it a lot. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you very much.